Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. It is the day before we put those beautiful ribs onto the Kamado Joe. So we got to get the marinade ready today. This is crazy simple and it's one of our favorite marinades for tri-tip, so I know it's going to work great with these beef back ribs. First of all, I got 4 slabs of these beautiful beef back ribs. We're going to get those stuffed into our briner bucket. We've got those all nestled in there. Now from here, it's crazy simple. First of all, good amount of garlic. And then a bottle of sweet red wine. Just need enough to cover all the ribs in here. Now I know this container looks pretty big, but those ribs are taking up quite a lot of the volume. So we may not have to use all of this. So to make sure those stay submerged, we have our divider plate here, goes in the notches, turn it, it'll keep these under the liquid. And now it's into the cooler or the refrigerator after I get the lid on it overnight. So we'll see you tomorrow when it's time to fire up the Kamado Joe and get these cooking. See you then. So here we are on the day of the cook. It is time to get the fire lit in the Kamado Joe, Big Joe Series 3. So you can see I have just a few coals left from my previous cook. I also have 2 pieces of pecan and 1 piece of Texas post oak in. We're gonna fill it up about 3/4 of the way with some Kamado Joe Big Block lump charcoal. That should be plenty. Let's light her up. So we're going to leave the lid open with the bottom vent full open for about 10 minutes. Fire's going well. Now we're going to start assembling the innards for the Kamado Joe. First, the big ring for the slow roller. And the small ring. Then we'll install this thing. The name escapes me right now. Later in the video, I'll tell you what it's called. Damn. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the lid, open up the top vent full, and get that dome heated up. I'm looking to cook today between 300 and 325, so once we start approaching about 275 or so, we'll shut the bottom vent to 1 finger width, and we will shut the top vent and then dial it in to maintain that 300 to 325. My dome is warmed up, temperature's holding at 350. Let's put the rest of the pieces parts in there. First goes our plate for the slow roller. And then this hoobie doobie, and I'm gonna put it on the second shelf here. Then our heat deflector plates. Now I have a beautiful big drip pan on order, but it's not here yet. So we'll see if we can't fit these in between those plates and the grills. Try and save us some cleanup. I don't know. They may be too tall. Let's see. Ah! It's not pretty, and it doesn't cover everything, but we're close enough. We're gonna let that heat up. Divide and conquer rack, that's what it's called. Got it finally. Hey, now that we have the dome warming up, all those pieces warming up, let's get our ribs together. Got the briner bucket out of the cooler. We'll remove that dividing plate, and then get our ribs on these trays with these paper towels. You can definitely smell the wine and the garlic. Smells amazing. Get those ribs patted dry. I'm not really worried about that membrane. I'm gonna leave it intact, and I'm gonna hit it with some seasoning. I know some people don't season the membrane side if they leave the membrane on. What can it hurt? Today we're using some of Spiceology's SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. Give that just a minute or two to tack up. Now we'll give these a flip. Pat dry the meat side, and then hit them with the SPG. So here's the strategy. We're gonna put these on the grill. We're gonna maintain the temperature between 300 and 325. We'll let these go for an hour. At that point, I'm gonna open it up, take a look, say, ooh, they look sexy, and then I'm gonna spritz them. And I'm gonna do that every 20 minutes until I hit the 2-hour point. Then we'll do our next step. So let's get that part of the cook done. Okay, let's get those ribs on the grill. So there we go. We'll check them again in an hour and see how we'll do, and we'll see you then. Our beef back ribs have been smoking away for an hour. Now it's time to start the spritzing. Let's take a look and give them a spritz. Temperature has been rock solid between 300 and 310. Oh, starting to get pretty. So we're going to spritz them with some Spritz King Original Sweet and Savory. So the plan for the next hour is to spritz them every 15 minutes. So we'll see ya after that hour is done for the next step. Those ribs have been on the smoker for 2 hours. Now it's time for the next step. We need to get them wrapped. Let's take a look. Oh, they're looking absolutely glorious. So we'll get us a piece of aluminum foil here, put down some beef tallow, and we love the Wagyu beef tallow. You can get this from Amazon. There's a link down below. Spread that out. Grab our ribs, meat side down onto that tallow, and wrap it up as tight as we can get them. And then back on the smoker. So I'm going to get that done for the other 3 set. When we see you again, it'll be time for judgment. The 30-minute rest is done. Let's get these out of the foil and see how we did. Oh, they're smelling amazing. Woo! Still mighty warm. Very good pullback from the bone there. I can tell they are super tender. Looking pretty. All right, let's find out how we did. From the Rib Institute in Rochester, New York, our judge, Evelyn. Hello.
What do we have?
We have some beef back ribs today.
Ooh, sounds
that
good.
were marinated in red wine.
Oh, fancy. Oh my god.
We'll give her a moment to chew. The whole thing came off.
That's really hot.
So we're looking to see, did we get the smoke? Did we get the red wine flavor? How's the bark? How's the tenderness of the meat?
Ooh, definitely. The smokiness flavor was kind of the first thing I noticed, and the more you chew on, the more you can taste the red wine. But honestly, I think both of those flavors mixed together make the perfect flavor for that meat. The bark on the outside and the tenderness of the meat in general, I think was pretty good. Like, it wasn't too chewy, it wasn't too soft. It all felt like right off the bone, but like perfectly in a way that like you wouldn't be like mad at. So I feel like these are really good.
All right, she ain't mad. That's good news. Hey, there you go. Give these a try. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.